Hey everybody, how's everybody doing? Loud and clear, huh? Okay. Not very loud. Can you hear me okay? Everything's fine. Gotcha. Loud and clear on your end. Fantastic. How you doing, Robin? Good to see you here. Danica, thanks for watching from upstairs and taking care of the dogs. Hopefully making sure that they're not going to freak out. Jeff, Sam, Sandra, Kirk. Hey everybody. I think Betsy's here. Steph. Locke, are you here? Paul. Welcome, Paul. So, yes, welcome to my every minute have yourself a merry little Christmas episode where that's all we're going to play today. I suckered you in thinking it was only going to be 20 minutes, but in reality it's 48. I guess we better get started. Yeah, it got cold everywhere, huh? So, I think you've heard this song with Danica. It was super jazzy. It's got like so many chords. I didn't even bother counting them. It's like 30 chords, something like that, give or take a couple. Very jazzy. The transcription that I had was in the key of C, and I took the whole thing. Well, you can think of it as down or up, down to the key of A. So what I'm going to do, just so that you're fully aware, I want to be transparent. This was a last minute decision because I thought it would just sound really cool. So I'm going to play the rhythm guitar part so that you can hear all the dissonance and jazziness of the chords. Then I'm going to read from a lead sheet, which I just printed maybe 45 minutes ago. I'm going to play you the lead sheet that's there as it is. And then I'm going to play you kind of a modified improv version of it so that you can kind of see the structure of how this all comes together. And in fact, they sell these books that are called fake books. And then there's another company that sells books called real books, which are fake books, but real. Very accurate fake books. Let's just say that. So, so let's just see how this goes, okay? I'm going to switch to a different camera so that you can see. Yep. I had to get used to that. I had to get used to like what's a fake versus a real fake versus yeah. Jeff, since you're here, I sent you the chords for this, and what I was saying about this first chord, it's an A major 7 chord, which looks like this. It's a big, fat, full chord, and sometimes it sounds really dissonant. So in order to lighten it up, you just play it like this with 3 notes. And you get that feel of a 7th chord without that, like, big, fat dissonance. You know what I mean? All right. So the way that I do this with a pedal is you got to hit a button and then it's going to play you a click track. You get 4 beats, and then you got to play it, and you got to play it right, and you got to play it in time. So if I make a mistake, I'm just going to stop it and continue on because I managed to make it through once before. That's funny. Robin. Okay, here we go. Let me see here. Let's I'm gonna turn down the treble a little bit, get a nice. Alright, here we go. So, one take and it's done. I really wasn't expecting to make it through that without a mistake, but yay. Okay, so now when I play that back, I have to turn up my lead guitar just a little bit. I'm going to turn up some treble here so that you can hear over the top of it. Right? Okay. So here we go. Here's the lead sheet. I'm going to turn. So that I can face the lead sheet, because this is where it gets a bit more difficult. All right. Ooh. So I got to reach behind me to be able to hit that. Yikes. Ready? So I'm going to play it pretty true to how it is. can see that the lead sheet is pretty much exactly like the most basic thing that you can do. So now I'm going to take that and just kind of improv over it and make it feel more like me. So, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, not too bad for a Christmas song, right? Yeah, so I hated Christmas music when I was a kid because I had to play in concert band with a bunch of other people who didn't practice. And then they were like, "We're going to play music that has very complicated rhythms and very complicated chords with out of tune fifth graders." And nothing about that seemed good. That was nice and festive. Yeah, thank you. Pretty and relaxing. Not pretty relaxing, but pretty and relaxing. Very cool. Yeah. So you can get a real book that has like 500 songs in it, and you just open it up and it's just got like basic chords. Like they don't show you how to play them. They just tell you what the chord is, and then they give you a very basic melody like that. Right? And then from there, it's up to you. It's up to you to decide how you want to do it. But honk, squeak, club. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Jason, what's going on? Miss K, I see you're here now. Very cool. Jeb's worst nightmare scenario. Exactly. Exactly. If only y'all knew how much I practice. Yeah. Yep. So just let me just tell you a couple of these chords, okay? So I'm going through here, and you get to the like, it's I don't know what you call it. It's not a refrain. It's kind of like a bridge of the song, and it's like D major 7, G7 flat 5, C sharp minor 7, E7 flat 9 sharp 5, A major 7, right? And there's actually a pretty easy way to figure out what all those chords are. The hard part is trying to figure out what those chords are as they're coming at you. Like 1, 2, change, 2, change, 2. And every 2 beats, you have to play a new chord with some funky name. And that's harder than Guitar Hero. Unless you play Guitar Hero, and then you'll disagree with me. So why does so much Christmas music have crazy chords? Well, that's a good question. In my opinion, I believe it's because Christmas music has a tendency to come from easy listening or jazz bands as opposed to country music or rock or anything like that. So when you have an entire 100-piece orchestra and somebody who has a doctorate in music and has, spent their entire life looking at how notes move, what really happens is this. A lot of times you have a melody and you have the chord, right? So here's a chord, which might be a simple chord, and then you have a melody note, which might be, right? And then you take that melody note and pop it on top of the chord, and all of a sudden you get this crazy chord with a really long, nasty name. You don't actually have to name them when you're working in like a concert band or jazz band setting because everybody's playing individual notes. But when you start getting into instruments that are like guitar and piano and things that have multi-notes, and you start looking at it from like a forest perspective instead of the tree perspective, that's when you start seeing all these crazy names for it, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I can't tell you how much I practice. Not that I'm trying to be secretive. I don't know. Hold on a sec. I don't know. When I was a kid, I practiced 10 to 16 hours a day, and that's not a lie. That was basically from the time I got home at like 3 p.m. I'd practice from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. My mom would say, "Come down for dinner." I'd come down for dinner. I'd go back upstairs at like 5:30. I'd play till 10. She'd say, "Go to bed." I'd wait for her to fall asleep, and then I'd practice at night with my electric guitar, basically pushed up to my ear like this so that I could hear it until 2:30 in the morning. So, and then the weekends would come, and a lot of times I wouldn't even sleep. I'd just practice from like Friday afternoon until Sunday night, and then kind of crash and do that whole thing. So let's see here. Now, as I said, this Baden Jazz Suite I've been working on, I have to practice it multiple times a day, so I'm going to play it for you. I hope you like it. Like, I love listening to it. I love listening to it. Now that I can actually play it, I love playing it. It's entirely different from rock music. It's entirely different from what Danica and I do. This is modern jazz. How do you avoid getting tired or bored with a song? I don't think of it in terms of getting tired with a song or bored with a song. I play the song until I can play it exactly the way that I want to hear it. And if that takes 1,000 times, it takes 1,000 times. It's more about, in life, there's things that you can't perfect, you can only optimize. And I consider myself an optimizer of many things in life, but this is the type of thing you can perfect. You can take 6 pages of music and you can perfect it. And then once it's perfect, I find I'm not bored with it. I find that I really enjoy being able to repeat that. All right. Here we go. Ooh, lost it. Thank you.
So this is the closest that I can tell. This was written or at least released in 1989 by a guy named Yuri Yermal. It's Jirmal, Yuri Yermal, from Prague, Czech Republic. Born in 1926, I want to say. And this has been really good. This has been challenging for me, particularly with my right arm has been fatiguing very, very quickly. So for me, one of the most challenging parts of this is to continuously be using it for like and then you get done with that, and then you immediately have to go back to right with the individual notes. So it's like a lot of power and then a lot of finesse immediately following that. Gives your hands a chance to fatigue all of your muscles and just kind of like wear out, and then still hold on to that control. So yeah. Yep. RSI, is that repetitive stress? Is that what that is? Yeah. Ooh, sorry about that. Yeah. Well, mine originally started here on this muscle, and was really bad when I tried to. Well, still, it's not so bad anymore. But when I would rotate my arm out, like I could take 2 normal size bath towels and put it on my hand and barely be able to hold it like this with my palm up. It's now actually pushed into up here where I'm feeling a lot of the pain here in my shoulder. So I definitely think that it's something up here that's causing maybe a pinch or something down here. So it's good. I think that it's working in the right direction, because originally it was in my wrist and then it moved up here and then it moved here. So I think over time, just working it, modifying what I'm doing, I think it's helping. I hope it's helping. A big part about Guitar Soup is going through any kind of music from any decade, any century even, and finding the best guitar players of the time, seeing what they were doing, and just sitting down and trying to do it. This is Mauro Giuliani. So let's see here. What do we have? Don't know when Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas is from. If I had to guess, I'd say it's from the 30s or 40s based off of how it's structured, but I don't know. Maybe Danica can do me a favor and look that up. The Baden Jazz Suites from 1989. This is from 1806. There you go, 1943. Yep. So someone asked, why is Christmas music so difficult? That's why. It's right in the time of easy listening and the beginnings of big band jazz and gypsy jazz, and it was an experimental time in music where people were just saying like, "Hey, we don't want to play a basic CFG kind of either roots blues or traditional music. We want to experiment and see what's available." So when you listen to things like what Frank Sinatra would sing over, that kind of music has all kinds of funky chords. So, oh yeah, Django's fantastic. I'll do a Django piece in a couple of months. I used to study a lot of his stuff. I have not gotten back into it yet. I've really been focused on getting my classical muscles pumping. trying to get that done. Yeah. So let me move back to the electric guitar for now. I've been looking at all kinds of music. A lot of this stuff takes some of these songs like that Jazz Suite took me 50 to 100 hours just to be able to play one tune, and I'm still not great at it. I'm at the point where I feel like I played it earlier today and made it through without any issues. But what I've noticed with the classical guitar is my everything has to be in the exact right spot. I have to have my leg up in a certain place. I have to be like facing the music a certain way. I just have to have everything exactly where it's supposed to be each and every time I practice. Because if I don't, something's a little bit out of place and it throws the whole machine off. So now I'm going to see how good my recall memory is, because I have not played this week. All right, see you in a bit, Jason. I also need to create like a sheet for myself that says like for each one of these songs, this is what each pedal that I have needs to be mapped to, because it's getting increasingly difficult to remember where everything's supposed to be. This is Joe Satriani, 1988. Always with me, always with you.
Messed that part up. Let's try that one more time. So focused on this note being out of tune. There we go. Thank you. So, I tend to be a bit obsessive about things and how they work. And my pedal my pedal was stuck on a setting that wasn't allowing me to see what I needed to see for that. And I had this one tiny little note that was off. And you wouldn't think that that would be a really big deal, but I do my best to make sure that everything's right where it is, because sometimes it's that stuff that gets in your head and you're just thinking about that, and next thing you know, you like veer off the road. So, can you play your new guitar? Oh, the Resonator. Yeah, let me see if I have any music down here for that. I like that guitar. Sir Peanut. That name is gonna stick with it, huh? I was really hoping for a name like Megatron or something like that. Oh. Ooh, tight spaces. T-bone peanut. Let's see here. Tell you what, next week I will make sure that I have something to play on this guitar.
That's funny. That's funny. Thank you for all the tips and keeping the conversation going. I appreciate that. Yeah, yeah. Right? I mean, look at that. Look at that. Is that not the face of a transformer? Right? I mean, he needs a name like Roar, not like I'm going to sell you mixed peanuts. I don't think I hold. Oh. So, anyway, I got another tune that I'm working on with this. I have to retune the whole guitar back to standard tuning to play it, and I've not played it in a couple of weeks, so I don't even want to. I don't even want to mess with that for you. But next week, I will do it. I will do it. If y'all wouldn't mind going to guitar-soup.com and just familiarizing yourself with my website, I would appreciate that. There is a place in order to chat during shows that I'll be using. I'm going to continue to do these types of shows on Stage It, but I would like to start doing some more extended, like educational stuff on how to play guitar, some more of the history of this kind of stuff, and just a whole different type of thing on there. So if you wouldn't mind just going and taking a look at that, it's guitar-soup, not underscore, but hyphen. So, I would like to think that it's an Autobot. Yeah, it would be nice if it was a friendly guitar, but at the same time, blues is very much like low down, and I mean like down in life and down in the gutter kind of vibe. So maybe it's a Decepticon, maybe it's an Autobot. I don't know. Yeah. So, anybody have any questions about what I've been doing? Earlier today, I was talking about. Earlier today, I did a segment called "Things I Can't Play." ... Yet, and I played a Vivaldi piece from like 1680, and that was a lot of fun. I'm gonna try and have that prepped and ready to play full blown for you next week. I'm working on trying to figure out how to get the rights to the orchestra music that goes behind it, because I did find a place that has that available to where I can, and well, then I got to figure out how to play it for you. Let's see here. The Resonator. Evil Blues, yeah. I should write that. I should write a song called the Evil Blues. 1680. Yeah, I said that right. Yeah. It's a concerto in D. You missed that, didn't you, Kirk? Because you were driving. Well, that's unfortunate. What are the symbols on the main acoustic? Those are the chakras. So, and they're equally spaced, which used to mess me up, still does sometimes, and messes a lot of people up, because typically on a guitar, the fret markers are at the 3rd, 5th, 7th, 9th, and 12th frets. You got like a double dot at 12, and all the others are singles at 3, 5, 7, and 9. This has 7 chakras that are evenly spaced, and they don't adhere to that at all. At all. So it's a bit confusing. Yeah. Let's see here. So anyway, I don't have, I got like 90 seconds left. So I just want to say thank you for being here. Is that the right camera? Okay. So thank you for being here today, listening to my music, my practicing, my performances and everything. I do appreciate that. I'm working like mad to get new music for you of all different kinds on all different instruments. I've been researching anything and everything, going all the way back to about 1100 AD. Lute music, things that you would hear in the time of the Crusades, just I suppose music that you would hear while people were burning witches and overthrowing countries and all kinds of stuff, for better or worse, right? I mean, this isn't the politics of it. It's just the history of the music, and looking at just some fantastic music that's been there. So Danica and I are going to be on tomorrow at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. Central Time. So please come hang out with us as we do our music. We had a great time yesterday playing Christmas music. We're doing some originals and covers tomorrow. So thank you again. And, hit me up on my website. And if you hear a cool instrumental song, send it my way so I can hear it. Maybe I'll play it. So, take care.